We begin our church year in gratitude. Gratitude for the gifts we've been given as a religious community. Gratitude as we bless the source of life so that we too are blessed. We begin with the gathering in this beloved historic meeting house. How magnificent this place is, isn't it? And outside, the green grass, the flowers, the pond, so majestic. We begin with a celebration of our history, of our community, fully present in this moment, recalling the generations. We wrap ourselves in peace. May our minds be clear, our spirits open, as we walk this new path together. We begin with a commitment to live according to our values. May our actions be faithful to our words. May our children's children live to know truth and kindness. May they know that there is no peace without justice. We begin by being our fullest and our best selves. Our fullest and best here in this community. Be who you are, and may you be blessed by all that you are. Come, let us worship together. O Spirit of life, wondrous mystery of the universe, that some call God, we invite you to be with us now as we enter into this time of prayer and meditation. This morning we pray for all those in the Bahamas, in Florida, Carolinas, whose lives were lost due to yet again another fierce hurricane. Pray for those that were left behind from the damage, that they're able to find the support and help amongst their neighbors and families and leaders to fix all that has been broken. And we so pray that our leaders begin to take seriously the very real and the very present threat of our current climate crisis. This morning, we also hold in our hearts all those lives lost in what seems like an endless string of mass shootings. We pause to remember those who were killed in Odessa, Texas, Dayton, Ohio, El Paso, Virginia Beach, Aurora, Illinois, we pray this morning that we as a nation can figure out better ways to prevent these tragedies from happening. Finally, we pray for the family of Paul DeChellis, a longtime beloved member here at First Parish, who died peacefully at the age of 93. May his family find comfort in knowing that Paul lived life to the fullest, and that he loved them all so dearly. Rest in peace, Paul. There, Lucille Shuck Longview and Carolyn McDade created the InGathering water ceremony that we and so many other Unitarian Universalist congregations celebrate today. Some may know that Carolyn McDade is also the author of our beloved hymn, Spirit of Life, that we sang earlier this morning. For Carolyn McDade and Lucille Shuck Longview, the waters that 8 of the conference's participants brought they brought this water forward to a communal vessel that symbolized that from all corners of North America, women were fighting the same fight together for empowerment and for equality. This morning, we use this uniquely Unitarian Universalist ritual for a similar purpose. Even though many members of First Parish here in Medfield departed for camps and for vacations and adventures this summer, today's bringing together of many waters symbolizes the unity of this very community. Furthermore, this ritual symbolizes that the mission of this church, creating a world of justice and peace, is carried on even when we are not gathered together, as we are today, as one community of love and service. Now, for those of you who have returned from summer adventures, welcome home. For those of you who have kept First Parish vibrant since June, thank you for welcoming us back, your truant neighbors and fellow members. And personally, I'd like to thank you all for extending such a gracious welcome to me this summer. Well, I'd like to tell you that the water that my family and I brought this morning comes from a special place that I've been visiting ever since I was a small child. There along the rugged coast of Maine lies a place called Cape Elizabeth. It's a place near and dear to my heart. A place that I am delighted to bring my family, and we just went there this summer. Now listen, rather than a typical sandy beach, Cape Elizabeth is made up of huge slabs of eroded rock that have accumulated over, I don't know how long, but there it is beautiful. It is stunning. And it's one of those places that you can climb on and explore, some things that my daughters in particular absolutely love. And you know, as those giant waves crash onto the rocks, you'll notice hundreds and hundreds of little tide pools. And I remember as a small child finding starfish and mussels and crabs, hermit crabs, all types of crabs, and there's barnacles. Barnacles are everywhere. Now listen, I hope I don't embarrass you too much, but when my daughter Maya was in 2nd grade, her class did a lesson on barnacles. She came home and she was so excited, she told me all about it. Now listen, I actually used to think that barnacles were just these little white shells that scraped my knee if I fell on them. But no, she said that a creature lives inside. Who knew? Apparently, when a wave comes through and covers the barnacles, the creature opens up and tries to collect some food in the seawater. And to demonstrate this, her teacher had all of the children clustered together in a little ball on the floor. So imagine, 15 2nd graders on the floor. And then the teacher got a blue tarp and waved it over them. That's the water. And all the 2nd graders were, woo! They were the barnacles. It made me think, actually, as I sat there this summer at Cape Elizabeth looking at all these communities of barnacles, somewhere under the water in a tide pool, somewhere on the dry rocks. It made me think of all of us. We too, we cluster together in community. We cluster together for safety, for support, for love. We all know how it feels to sometimes have to retreat into our hard shells, to protect ourselves from the damaging sun, the harsh environments, from life. We know the relief when, after weathering those times of drought, of the baking sun, those times when all hope seems lost, that finally finally that life-giving water returns. A time when we can slowly come out of our shells, nourish ourselves in the divine water of love, of community, and return to the kindness and warmth of our friends and our families. You know, those neighbors were right there next to us the whole time while we were in our shells. We were so closed and so tight that we didn't know. It's times like this that we discover that we're not really alone after all. So friends, I say to you all this morning, welcome back. I invite you to look around at all the faces of your friends here at First Parish, to new faces. We've missed you. And you know, whether this is your first visit or whether you've been coming here for decades, we welcome you to this community. This community we have here of all these wild, wondrous, compassionate, justice-seeking, truth-searching, meaning-making, Unitarian, Universalist barnacles. Welcome. Like the sun needing a place to shine, and the world needing to be so warmed, we need one another. Like the wind needing a place to blow, and the earth needing to feel the air's breath, we need one another. Like the rain needing a place to fall, and the land needing to be quenched for moisture, we need one another. Like the ocean needing a shoreline, and the coast needing to be touched by the rhythm of the water, we too need one another. We give thanks for the blessings of this community of faith. We give thanks that once again we are together.